before we even get to division of fractions, I'm going to model the division of whole numbers first. Count up the boxes. How many do you have?
12.
See, you went ahead. You counted before I told you to count.
No, it is.
How did you know so quickly?
The 12 is on the other side.
All right.
It can't be 3.
There are 12. So we have the whole being 12. Think of this first number as, okay, the whole, but that's what in the future. Don't shade it now because we're going to technically, we have all of them. We don't need to shade all of them because we know, let's just make believe that they're shaded. And right now, think of it like a tape diagram. Each box is worth how many? What's the value of each box? I do want you to raise your hand for that. Go. Yes. Okay? Everything has a value of 1, so put 1s in there. Like I said, I'm going to take you through the basics. First number is the shade number. The second number is the groups of number, or group by, or groups of. So we're going to take our 12 and divide it in groups of 3. There's one group. 2 groups. 3 groups. Finally, 4 groups. So how many groups are there altogether? Of how many in each group? Another way to look at division is how many 3 is in 12. Kind of think of it that way also. So when we switch to fractions, it's still the same idea. How many groups of, or how many are there of this number in the first number? I'm going to skip this right now because this confused kids in period 1, 2. But we are going to model 12 divided by 4. This is my whole, or my shade. I'm not going to shade it only because there's exactly as many boxes as we need. As you'll see when we get into fractions, they'll give you more boxes than you need, and then you will have to shade. This is my groups of. You'll say, because we're going to need extra boxes, as you'll say when we advance this. Each box is still worth 1. And this time I'm going to put them in groups of. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. How would you answer this at the bottom? There are blank groups of blank in 12. Chris. Good. The other way to look at it is division asks the question, how many of what are in what? Nick Mathis. How many groups of 4 are there in 12? Correct. All right. Good so far with whole numbers. So now we're going to switch and see and apply our knowledge to fractions. Okay, now we have 8 ninths divided by 2 ninths, right? How many boxes do I have? Count them. How many we got? 8. We have 9, right? In this case, each box is going to be worth what? Angelina. 1/9. Let's put that value in each box. me ask you this. All of it, the whole entire strip is worth what? Ethan. Not worth 9, bud. Try it again, Ethan. 9 over 9, which is equal to what? A whole, right? Think of this as being one whole. So we've taken one whole and we are breaking it up into ninths. 8 ninths is going to be our what? Okay. That's our shade. Since we have exactly, actually we don't. We have 9 out of 9 boxes. We're going to lightly shade 8 of them. So as you'll see now, we don't have exactly 8 ninths. We have 9 ninths to whole. So we're going to shade 8 out of 9 boxes. Shaded 8 out of 9 boxes, which is 8 ninths. Two ninths is what? JFR. What was the wording I used? Go back to the previous page. Okay, groups of or group by. So I had to put them in groups of 2 ninths. There's a group of 2 ninths. Everybody see it? 1. There's a second group. Third group. Fourth group. Any more? I didn't shade this. I didn't shade this, so I don't need it. I already did this. I already did this. So how many groups of 2 ninths have been created? Go. Therefore, 8 ninths divided by 2 ninths is what? And it's tricky, be careful. Some kids will make mistakes here. Leah. Not 4 ninths, just simply 4. Kids are going to want to put 4 ninths because our denominator is a ninth. There's 4 groups of 2 ninths and 8 ninths. Good? Because we're going to keep building and building and building. You understand this? Next page. How many boxes do I have? Klooch. How many am I going to shade? Going. Okay, I'm not going to put 1/12 in every box, but I want you to shade 9 out of the 12. The value of each box. I'm not calling it, but okay. Right, 1/12 is the value of each box. Group by what? Groups of 3/12. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. We shaded 9/12. put it in groups of 3/12. If you want, you could put parentheses in boxes, shaded 9, put in groups of 3. Therefore, 9/12 divided by 3/12 is 3. 3/12 or 3? 3. Are we good? You ready to take your first leap? Small one. Go to the next page. They don't give you a fraction bar. How many boxes should we draw? Pull out. Now, let's do it. Make them as even as you can and as neatly as you can. It does make a difference when you see things. There's my 9. How many am I shading? Michael, let's do it. Did everybody see the mistake I made? I have one box too many. Now I'm good. So, do you guys see the issue we have with this one? Let's do it. We're putting in groups, still putting in groups of what? 3, right? Do I have 3 entire shaded boxes here? That's one group. What about here? Do I have 3 full shaded boxes here? I'm going to put a dotted line here, known as a partial group. I'm just filling this out because we've already done it. Is there a remainder after we have our 2 full groups, yes or no? Let's cut right to the answer. What is the answer? Let's work backwards. Nick, what do you say? I may say 2 1/3. I may say 2 1/12. How many are not sure? Okay, we definitely have 2 full groups, right? So it's going to be 2 and something. And then Nick is right. Out of the remaining group, we look at just this group, we have 1 box shaded out of 3, so it's 2 1/3. And Nick's right. Those that agreed with him are right. All right, so here's my question. Do you see what the shortcut is? If not, this will help you to see it. What was the answer? What was the answer back on example 1? What was the answer? Do you see the shortcut? Wait. If what? Not even if they go evenly, because it'll work even if they don't go evenly. But divide tops if what? Chris? If the denominators are the same. And as you'll see, we're going to deal with fractions where the denominators are not going to be the same. So the shortcut is, and if you don't see it here, watch. 3 into 7. First, I'll do this to show it to you. 2 into 8. Make believe the denominators are not even there because they're the same. 2 goes into 8 how many times? 3 goes into 9 how many times? Here is 3 into 7. It goes 2 times, right? 3 times 2 is 2 and 1/3. They teach that down in elementary school. You take the change it into a fraction. You take the remainder. It's remainder over, what's it called? The number outside the house. Starts with a D. It's called the divisor. Remainder over divisor. Okay, you get the total number. All right, let's write the summary down. So the denominators are the same. We get the answer. By dividing the numerators. Same exact problem in example 1. Kind of just a little summary. We can ask 8/9 is how many 2/9? Well, how many 2/9 are in 8/9? Since the units are the same, 9ths, right? That's the same as asking how many 2s are in 8. Do you get that? Yes? Okay. 4 groups of 2/9 and 8/9. And same thing as solution as we just discussed. It's the same as dividing 8 by 2 to get 4. So the idea is that when the units are the same, the units, 9ths, we can just divide the top part to get the answer. Another way, and it will work, this is going to show you, it will work for anything where the units are the same. 6/1 is how much in standard form? These are in what's called short word form. 6/1 is what value? 6. Divided by 3/1. Think of place value. What's our answer? 2. I'm just changing the units now, but keeping the values of 6 and 3 the same. 6/10 is what number? Tim Schiraldi. 3/10 is how much? What's 60 divided by 30? Right? Careful. 2. I'm keeping the number. I'm changing the number. I'm keeping the value the same. 6,000 is how much? And 6,000 divided by 3,000. You guys know the zero trick? 3 zeros divided by 3 zeros, you cross them out. Did you learn that? 6/10 is what fraction? Steven, 3/10 is what fraction? values are different, units are the same. We'll work with 11ths. When the units are the same, you divide the value to get 2. And we'll write it down. Can you read my writing? Hold on. I'll read it out loud to you too. When the units are the same, we can simply just divide their values to get the quotient. I'm going to show you the next page, exercise 1. I'll demo it for you, and then when you come back third period, you'll be working your groups to complete the rest of the exercises. Because they pretty much all follow the same pattern. How many fourths are in 3/4? Well, what is that as a division expression? Take it from word form and make it into a numerical expression. Dylan. Correct. How many blocks in my fraction form model? Now, how many? Draw it. Oh, that's an ugly fraction bar. Same pattern as always, guys. If you can remember, shade and group by, that will never change. Shade 3. Group by what? In ones. How many 1/4 are in 3/4? Shade 3. Bracket or circle each of the groups of 1. And the answer is 3. See you third.